Good evening, everybody. This is Mike Tedesco here for the post-Raw show number 2 here on Wrestleview. They liked us so much that they brought us back, and I can't believe it. This is so great. As you just saw, Wrestleview is heavily all in. We are all in, and guess what? So am I. I am all in, baby. We are all in a big way. I got the approval from the wife to be all in. Of course, that is most important. If you're going to be married, make sure you get that approval first. But I am approved to be all in, and I am excited to go out to Chicago. I'm going to be on Podcast Row with Adam and Doug, and we had a huge, huge all-in announcement today. Wrestleview is giving away a free ticket to the all-in show. Can you believe it? Free ticket.
Free ticket.
My goodness. If you're going to be in Chicago, if you're going to Starrcast, but you don't have a ticket to the show, this show sold out quick. This was a very, very quick sellout.
It really did.
It's a hot ticket. We have one. We have a free ticket to the all-in show in a great section. You're going to be sitting with a perfect view of the ring. You can't ask for any better. All you have to do is just come by and say hello to us and enter your name in there, like a few of our things, and we'll draw at 3 o'clock Central Time, just in time. That gives you 3 hours. We'll email you the ticket, 3 hours to get to all in, baby. This is something. It's going to be something. It's a happening right now. It sure is a happening. And I am just very, very proud to be a part of it. I'm very, very proud to be one of the people representing this great website. I love Wrestleview. I've been with Wrestleview over 10 years. And I think we know that by now. 10 years in June. That's where I got that really cool graphic, the Mike Tedesco 10 graphic, which I was pretty proud of.
Very nice.
Well, because Wrestleview's 20, and I've been there for half of it.
Wow.
So,
look at you.
You know? It's an exciting time for me.
It is.
It's an exciting time.
Very exciting.
And it's a very exciting time to be a wrestling fan, by the way. All in. You know, I know that Wrestleview sure we've had our comments, our things to say about independent wrestling. It's hard to call it independent wrestling now when they sell out the Sears Center in Chicago in record time, really, really just faster than anybody could have ever imagined. And then Ring of Honor in New Japan sells out Madison Square Garden. Wow. So is it independent anymore, or is it just a regular company? That's something to debate. But we're not going to debate that on Raw tonight. No. On the Raw post-show tonight, we are going to talk Raw because this is the go-home show for SummerSlam, which I will also be in attendance with alongside the beautiful Victoria Tedesco.
Wow,
there she is.
Back. Week 2.
Every week, are you going to just say, I'm back every single time?
I don't think that'll be my catchphrase. I don't think so.
No?
No, just because it's week 2 now, so I felt like I had to say it. Because people,
Well, I mean, yeah. Well, I guess you are back.
Yeah, I'm back.
It's good. And we got a lot of positive feedback for our show last week. We are, thank you everybody so much who gave this show a chance.
Thank you so much.
Put some time in, check this out. And our show was a little long last week, that's for sure. It was a little over... just about an hour.
Shy. It was 59 minutes.
59 minutes,
59
like 30
minutes.
seconds.
Yeah.
We kept it out of that hour range.
Absolutely.
This show will probably be a little quicker this week, but no
promises though.
No promises, of course, of course. Next week, just want to make the special announcement now at the beginning of the show. Next week, the show will not be airing immediately after Raw because why, Victoria?
Because we are going to SummerSlam and we are going to Monday Night Raw.
That's exciting.
Yes.
Yes, we will be there. So. Raw post show number 3 will not only just be the post show, it will air a little later. I think, I'm kind of kicking around the idea of airing it live, even if not a lot of people watch it, but we could just do it live anyway. We'll do it live! Whoa. That's the Bill O'Reilly thing. Come on.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot. Victoria's like 3 years younger than me, so she wouldn't know what that is, I guess. But I was expecting a bigger reaction than that.
Sorry.
Wow.
I think I'm just so used to you making those noises and faces that I'm like immune to it by this point.
That is what I do. That's what I do.
This is on a regular basis, everyone.
This is life.
This is my life right here.
This is real life. This is the real life. But yeah, so we will not air live next week. We could air live.
Yeah, but I think it will be later by the time we get back from the Barclay, because the traffic in there.
Oh yeah, it'll probably be around like 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time in the morning, 1:30ish.
Yeah.
But we will get that show out there. We will
Yes.
be talking SummerSlam. We will be talking about our live experiences because we're going to all the shows. We're going to NXT. We're going to SummerSlam. We're going to Raw and the SmackDowns. Hey, SmackDown, the show I came into Wrestleview on, is going to be celebrating its 1,000th episode.
So exciting. I
recapped about like 500 of them. I feel like it was 500. Probably wasn't. It's probably more like 400, but I can go back and count though. But I did have a streak where I was like 70 shows in a row. I just never missed. I loved SmackDown. I really did. And it would be fun, like, if on the 1,000th episode, if I could just, like, recap one match just for old time's sake. If Roy will allow me. I'm not sure. We'll see. I don't know. Is that, like, a weird thing to want to, like, just recap a match like anybody cares anyway? Is it weird?
Yeah, it's a little weird, but I could see why. Wrestleview has sentiment to you, and SmackDown being your first show.
It's my deal.
I can see why.
It's my deal, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Yeah.
All right.
I get it.
So let's talk about this Raw, the go-home show. We have a lot of positive feedback on the Twitters so far. Let me see if I can pull this up here without screwing everything up too much. I don't know if I can. Oh, no, I can. Here it comes.
Yes.
Dude.
No technology.
We're at 90% thumbs up with 30 votes, and I just posted this thing.
Wow. That's awesome.
About 15 minutes ago.
Wow.
That's got to be like a first for Raw, like in quite some time. I haven't had a 90% likability like that in quite some time.
I like it. So
that's,
I can't say I disagree though.
I can't say I disagree either. That's very, very positive for Raw. So we can't talk about Raw without talking about the sad news that happened today.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I hate talking about bummer stuff, and it's been a really, really rough couple weeks for the wrestling community.
Yeah.
We going back to losing Vader about a month ago, and then we lose Nikolai Volkov and Grandmaster Sexay Brian Lawler.
Yep.
Under mysterious circumstances too, and my thoughts absolutely go out to Jerry the King Lawler and his family, because there's something fishy that went on with Brian Lawler's death.
It's amazing with all the hype though behind it. My friend told me about it. She's not a wrestling fan, and she texted me, and it was in People magazine, and I was a little bit shocked. I didn't think that it would be mainstreamed like that, in that sort of fashion. I
know, but Brian Christopher, he was a really big part of that Attitude Era thing. Crazy. The Too Cool was. I'll never forget. One of the very first pay-per-views that I got to order when I was a young teenager was the Royal Rumble 2000. That was like the first pay-per-view that I got to watch, like where it wasn't like all static. Yeah, I ordered a few before that, but that's the first one I really remember where it was like, okay, then I started like a streak of just like ordering pay-per-views and I never stopped, and probably spent umpteen thousands of dollars on those things, which I'm glad. That's why I'm happy with the WWE Network, by the way. But I'll never forget Royal Rumble 2000 when they just stopped right in the middle of the match. It's Scotty 2 Hotty, Rikishi, and Grandmaster Sexay in the ring. They just stopped the entire Royal Rumble. They're the only three in the ring, and then they start dancing. That was a top moment.
That's a way motto in life.
that was an awesome moment.
Just stop and dance.
Yeah, I remember Jim Ross was like, well, we've had some hard-hitting action here tonight. Now we're just going to stop and dance for a little bit.
Why the hell not, right?
But unfortunately, today we lost Jim the Anvil Neidhart. Very, very sad. That is the father of WWE superstar Natalya. And the real sad thing is I was just watching SummerSlam 1988 very, very recently, and I was really, really marveling. It was the Hart Foundation versus Demolition, and I was really marveling at just the work of Jim the Anvil Neidhart and how quick he was, how smooth he was in the ring, with Bret Hart. He was the powerhouse of that group, and he was a lot of fun to watch. Everything from the maniacal laughing to the he really was just a solid dude. He could just lift guys up. I saw he took Axe and Smash in that 1988 SummerSlam that I was just watching the other day. He just picked them up like they were nothing. And
you
these
really
are
have to show
huge
me
guys.
more, because I'm going to be honest here. I don't know a lot about him other than he's Natalia's father.
Right.
But I have to see more matches, just because even with the video packaging tonight, to see all that he did, it's just incredible.
Yeah.
You know, and that he was that entertaining.
Yeah.
And, you know, and had the effect. I knew he had affected people, obviously. Like, I knew that he was a great superstar, but I just didn't really know, you know, everything about him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I only saw glimpses of Total Divas and stuff like
Of course. If you know, if you only know Jim the Anvil Neidhart from Total Divas, you are doing yourself a humongous disservice.
You know, it would be nice to see more about him. Like, I feel very badly for Natalya. The whole thing is just devastating. I mean, she's been talking about this for a while, though. I don't think she was 100% expecting this today, but I think she knew, like, this was in the near future for her, just because of all that he had going on in his life. And
I always hate saying, you know, like you kind of feel like it was like an inevitability.
Yeah.
You know, like everybody, you know, I hate to be the bearer of bad news again, but you know, no one listening to us right now is going to live forever. I am sorry. I don't mean to bum you out, you know, but it's an inevitable fact of life. You know, everybody has an end date. Some people, it comes sooner than it should. And you know, watching Jim on Total Divas and stuff like that. Yeah, I watched Total Divas. That's fine. But watching him on Total Divas, he looked supremely out of shape, unhealthy, you know, sweating at times. And we know he had the legal trouble with the pills and the intent to distribute, and, you know, going at it with the cops and stuff like that. You know, you hope it doesn't get to this point, but unfortunately, that is the sad case of what happened here. All the best to Natalya Neidhart, of course, and TJ Wilson and the entire Hart and Neidhart families. You know, this is a terrible, terrible loss. And I will definitely have to show Victoria some more Jim Neidhart.
Absolutely.
Because you can't have your only memories of Jim the Anvil just from Total Divas. We gotta rectify this immediately.
That to be the case. I really don't. So please help me. And if anybody else too wants to give me information in the comments, feel free.
Please comment us some like really good Jim the Anvil Neidhart matches. Of course, it's going to be like all Hart Foundation matches.
But
give us the best ones.
Yeah, give me your like best memory. Your favorite.
The Hart Foundation versus the Bolsheviks versus Demolition versus whoever. I gotta show you the one with
message me directly on Twitter
with the
know?
Rockers.
So.
Yeah. And by the way, our Twitters are right there. They're right there, and Victoria's is over there, so you can message us. Those great matches. All right, well, we got to that. We got that out of the way. Rest in peace, Jim the Anvil. Let's talk about Raw. There was some happenings on Raw tonight, man. There was some happenings.
A lot of stuff happened,
and it was great. Every segment, you know, like obviously on a 3-hour Raw, you're always gonna have like that lull. You can't fill up 3 hours every single time and make every single segment interesting. There's just no way you're going to do it. You're not going to be able to do it with Mojo Rawley. No way. No possible way. You know, so there's going to be lulls. And of course, tonight there were lulls. There always are. It's 3 hour show. But the times when they need to hit, when they needed to hit that home run, or they need to hit an RBI double or something like that, whatever baseball terminology you want to use, they did. The 8 o'clock hour. I always look for the opening. I look for that 9 o'clock hour. I look for that 10 o'clock hour, and I look for how they close. All four were
right on the money.
Home runs, in my opinion. I loved them. And let's just start off right away. I'm going to be switching over to the screen capture, of course, to showcase some of these GIFs that I have of Ronda Rousey. We had Ronda Rousey making her way to the ring. She is so brilliant. Number one, I guess it's right at the beginning of my recap. I have to mention this, is that Renee Young was the guest commentator tonight on Raw, the first female.
Incredible. I really thought she was. And, Mike was funny because when he recaps, sometimes he has to, like, back out on the commentary a little bit. He just focuses on the match. So he's like, tell me your opinion on Renee. Like, not that I'm not listening, but I just want to get your opinion. I loved it. I really, really loved it. And not just because she's a female and I wanted to support her. She was really good.
Yeah.
She really was.
I thought she was on top. Right at the beginning, she goes, "Words cannot describe how excited I am to be here." She's a real fan.
She is, absolutely.
It's nice to see women that are like real fans of wrestling, because I was talking to Adam earlier today, and I was talking about the decision, about our podcast and stuff like that, and he goes, "No, I'm not going to curse on the. It's a free show, and I don't want to be cursing, but he did say it is a sea of, what's out there. It is a sausage party on the wrestling podcast scene. So, it's nice to have female wrestling fans that,
enjoy
like
it.
That know the product and enjoy it. Renee Young's one. You're definitely one.
Well,
it's great.
I don't know if this is true or not, and correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't ESPN want her for football?
They did, and she turned them down.
WWE.
She chose WWE.
There you go. So just real fan right there.
She's the real. She's the real. Okay.
I really thought she was great. I thought she was natural, and she seemed a little nervous at first, but as the night progressed, she really came into her own.
Yeah, she 100%. Sure did.
You could tell she was comfortable.
She sure did. So Raw opens up with first they introduce Renee Young, but then it opens up with Ronda Rousey coming out, and this was probably the most beautiful aspect of the entire show. I mean, the video package that they did for Jim Neidhart was phenomenal, but Ronda Rousey is real life friends with Natalya, and even if you're not real life friends with her, you work with her backstage, you got to feel for her. But Rousey trains with her. Natalya has taken her under her wing and helped her, and it's showed. Natalya has done a great job getting Ronda Rousey ring ready.
Absolutely.
And I'm not going to lie. it's not going to be like, I'm going to be retroactively, loving on Natalya here. I don't think that she's the best wrestler on the face of the planet. But she's a good teacher.
She is.
And sometimes those who can't teach. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And she came out tonight, and you could tell she had tears in her eyes. It was a beautiful thing that she said about Jim Neidhart. And just quoting a few things here, because it was a really spectacular speech from somebody who's not really used to public speaking in this manner and the whole pro wrestling thing, but it came from the heart. She said, today's the day that Jim the Anvil Neidhart, Natalya's father, passed away. Any loss is heartbreaking, but to lose a father. Fathers are pillars of strength in a hostile world. They are the reassurance that things will be okay. When that reassurance is ripped away, we have to face the fact that our fathers have been raising us to be the pillars of strength our families need when they're gone. Stay strong, Natalya Neidhart. We love you. And I got to say, that was gave me chills. It was moving. It was wonderfully done. And, you can't assume that everybody out there has a father that they're close to. But if you are close to your father, appreciate them while they're here. And, we can relate to that on this podcast as well. But that was a beautiful thing. Thoughts?
I thought it was really just nice. It was simple, but it was very nice. She just did it really eloquently. And, coming from, I lost my father about 6 years ago now. So what she said really touched me. And I can only imagine what Natalya is going through. But to have a friend like that to support and say that nice stuff about your dad is really nice to hear.
It is.
So it's
and it was a really, really cool moment for just to kick off the show. I was like a little taken aback that they didn't do the graphic,
right,
as I'm sure many people were.
Absolutely.
But that was a perfect substitute.
Absolutely.
Perfect. And then she transitioned nicely. This is a girl who people have been criticizing her promos, including me, in the fact that they're a little clunky at times. She transitioned nicely to getting the business rolling now, because the show goes on.
Yes.
And she talks about how Alexa Bliss cheated to beat Natalya time and time again. But this Sunday, no matter what, she's going to beat Alexa to become the new Raw Women's Champion. And tonight she'll be facing Ember Moon. She was initially supposed to face Natalya tonight, but for obvious reasons that didn't happen. And that brings out Little Miss Bliss, who is none too pleased.
Oh boy,
with the fact that everybody's making it seem like it's a foregone conclusion.
She is just sassy. Like she comes out of full force. She's a pit bull.
I know, right? She's something else. But the way I got to show this thing here, because this was one of my favorite things. When she was imitating Rousey's faces, the grrr thing.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Bliss was killing it tonight.
She really was.
She absolutely killed it.
Absolutely.
And she, so her deal was, I will not have you touching me or doing anything like that ahead of SummerSlam. You're going to beat me at my best. Oh, I have to read you this quote because you're going to love this one. This is from Torqueman 79.
Okay.
Victoria is WrestleView's women's evolution.
Hey.
You gotta love that.
Thank you so much.
You gotta love that. And Grash, I teach as well. So does Victoria. So obviously I have something of, I was like, okay, yeah, I get it. Those who can't teach, and I am teaching. Yeah, I get it, man. So no shade thrown to the teachers. We love teachers.
No, we do.
And we love our time off right now. We are enjoying our time off while it's still here.
Anywho,
so this is the best because I absolutely love this. This capped off what was a really, really good opening segment. Ronda Rousey, Bliss brings out these 4 security guards, and she's getting ready to face Ember Moon now.
Yes.
And then she pushes Moon into Rousey, who falls off the apron. Rousey charges her, and the 4 security guards stop her.
Oh my gosh.
She beats the crap out of 3 of them.
The last biggest security guard. Jeffrey Adam from Phillips.
Yes.
From the Wrestleview website, he commented, "Oh man, that security guard running for his life was awesome."
Oh my! And I got it up right here because it was my absolute favorite thing on earth.
That was so funny. It was clever.
Oh, I was trying to freeze it on his face because it was so great. Oh my god!
It was just clever.
It was great.
It was really clever.
Makes her look like a monster.
It does.
And that's what you're looking for because she comes off as such a superstar, does she not?
She does. She instills that fear, and it doesn't matter who it is. Male, female,
she crushes it.
She's scared.
They're scared of her.
They're scared of her.
I loved everything about that segment.
The progression of everything worked really well. And what I noticed too about tonight was that normally when you have the first segment, it's about a half hour. The match started within like 15 minutes, which was awesome. And that never usually happens. So for that to happen tonight was just amazing to me. So I think that, like I said, the progression of everything worked really, really well. And I have to say, I was a little hesitant at first when they were saying, like okay, Ember Moon's here and she's going to be taking her place. But Ronda really, really, really helped out tonight with that. She hyped it up so much that you think at first, like if they were just in a singles match where it was just Alexa versus Ember Moon, and then Alicia Fox is at ringside, probably a decent match, okay, looking into it. But the fact that Ronda had the crowd, she had the hype, her little nuances in between, she was really able to get this match. Even if you look at it technicality wise and said the match was okay, but just you were convinced by her reaction to everything that it was an amazing match. And I think it was an amazing match. I really do. Yeah. I thought it was phenomenal.
It was a good match, and I have to agree with you. It was a good match, and it was actually made better by Ronda Rousey being at ringside. There's something about the presence of Ronda Rousey that it just brings that extra something to it. And I have to say, I've been very, very critical of the way Alexa Bliss has performed in some of her matches, basically for her entire tenure on Raw so far. I thought that she had a really, really good showing here tonight. She has good showings against people that can go. I thought that her matches against Bayley, you want to go back a year, those matches against Bayley were pretty bad. The match against Nia Jax were pretty bad. I haven't really seen her have too many good matches whatsoever. And tonight against Ember Moon, it was a good match. And it
made Ember Moon look good too. Right. It gave a great opportunity for her.
Exactly. And this is a girl who basically at the beginning of the night or at the beginning of the day had nothing. She was probably going to be off of Raw.
Yeah, exactly.
So Ember Moon looked great in this, but Ronda Rousey, man.
Natural.
Superstar.
Natural.
She's a superstar.
It wasn't fake, her reaction to the crowd either.
No.
Nothing was fake.
She's like, every time that the crowd cheers for her, she's like... Really? Me?
Little old me? Oh, you shouldn't have.
The shawl. It's like, it's cute. I like it. I like to see people that are like genuinely happy to be there, and some people that don't go through the motions. Like,
she's another one.
Like a Sasha Banks that goes through the motions sometimes, where, if she's losing, you can tell on her face that she's losing.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I promise, last week I avoided talking about it. We just skipped over that segment because it was so damn forgettable. This week I will definitely talk about it.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, I'm sure nobody's upset. I'm sure nobody's losing frickin' sleep over the fact that we didn't talk about that disaster of a match.
Oh boy.
The 9 o'clock hour, actually, I have to go back a little bit to talk about the 9 o'clock hour because more happened before that to build to that.
Okay.
So, and these are the questions that I have now.
All right.
We got Baron Corbin now, who, I know, the face of Victoria says it all. Baron Corbin, who is the authority figure on Raw, or half authority figure on Raw, he stepped over Kurt Angle's head and went to Stephanie McMahon and made matches for him and Finn Balor. So the deal was Corbin was going to face Tyler Breeze, and Balor was supposed to face Mahal and Kevin Owens in a handicap match. So they send freaking Constable Baron Corbin out there against Tyler Breeze, goes to a rest hold immediately. But the plus is that Corbin was emoting a little more this week. But they send him out there, and it's like rest hold city immediately. He has trouble putting freaking Breeze away, and then he finally puts him away with a deep six, which you can see right here. But, if you're the authority figure, they're trying to build up Corbin as if he's like this big dude, this big scary dude. Why does Bobby Lashley get to face the cowboy with the guitar, who's the local talent, and why wouldn't Corbin book himself? It just doesn't make sense to me.
Nothing about that made sense at all.
I don't like plot holes, and that one was a plot hole to me.
That totally was a plot hole because
you're trying to build him up. Why not give him a guy that he can crush in 10 seconds?
Absolutely.
Because Corbin needs that. He needs that. He has had the worst main roster debut of any male superstar that I can remember in a while that didn't have a ceiling like a Tyler Breeze. He has been just disappointment after disappointment, and a lot of this stuff is like, to me, it's rehab. It's like, okay, well, this didn't work with him. The Money in the Bank thing didn't work with him. Let's try this. Let's try making him the lone wolf.
It's all trial and error here at this point.
And now it's like, let's make him an authority figure to see if we can build on that. It's not nothing sticking.
It's not working.
But it's also part of the writing. They should have given him a local talent to crush in 10 seconds, and he's not even sweating. And he's like, okay, and now Finn Balor, for my next trick, Finn Balor is going to take on Mahal and Kevin Owens.
Right.
That would have been like so much better, and then have Kurt Angle come out and thwart
I even wrote in my notes,
whatever.
I'm like, why did the match take as long as it did?
Yeah, it was just.
You're an authority figure. You're going to pick somebody who can squash in 2 seconds.
I agree.
Why are you picking Tyler Breeze? I'm not saying that you can't squish Tyler Breeze in 2 seconds, but it's like, what was the thought process behind that?
I know.
Maybe to show that he can do a little bit more. He was taunting the crowd. I'll give him credit for that. And he was showing a little bit more expression in his face. But other than that, he's a lost character. Everything is just so mundane and just like.
I gotta go. I gotta go with my guy, Clinton Bowman here. Me and him.
You guys go way back.
We go way back. A few years ago, we were not matched up well on our opinions, but now we are like really locked in. I really feel like there's something with me and Clinton right now. Like we're locked in.
Whoa.
And he goes because Corbin is stupid, and he goes, Corbin is meh. That's it.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Meh.
He's meh.
He's meh.
He's meh. But this led to actually something that was really good, because as soon as they said handicap match, I was like, oh my God. 9 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock. This is going to feel like a 9-hour show.
I didn't mind the handicap match, though. I actually was okay with that.
You were okay with seeing a handicap match?
When I thought it was just going to be Jinder versus Balor, then I was getting pissed.
Yeah.
But the fact that they added Kevin Owens there, I'm like, oh, okay. Handicap.
Well, I figured they might give Balor a chance to shine, but then Kurt Angle came out and said that, he can't cancel the match because Stephanie made it, but he can add to it. So he adds Braun Strowman, and man, oh man, Braun Strowman, he's over. He's over.
He was incredible.
They loved him. As soon as he came out, it was the, let's get these hands, get these hands. Oh, I was loving that,
He's
man.
amazing. Oh. He is incredible. What I really liked about him in this match was, too, anytime Mahal was going after him with punches or anything, he just shook it off immediately, which he always does. That's what, you want from somebody like Corbin in that previous match, where he just squashes them and he doesn't really take punches like that. He was amazing. And then again, another progressive match. Everything just flowed so nicely. Yeah. Everything worked really well. The entertainment level was up there.
Oh, yeah. It was. And this was actually a fun match. It went through 2 commercial breaks and stuff like that, but that's just the deal. They have to fill up time. But it was fun to watch, Kevin Owens and Braun Strowman. That dynamic has been fun for a couple months now. And right here, even like when Strowman got the tag first, he immediately tags in Mahal, runs away, and goes into the crowd. That was so much fun.
That was great.
That was a lot of fun. And then even at the end, using Sunil Singh as a battering ram to knock over Kevin Owens, and then just kill Sunil Singh to send right headfirst into the barricade and murder him.
Amazing.
That's fun, man. I don't know. Braun Strowman is everything that pro wrestling is supposed to be about.
Jeffrey Adam Phillips again.
Oh, I love
Singh
that guy. Being
used as a weapon on Owens was just plain amazing. The only way it could have been better is if he picked him up by the leg and swung him like a club.
If he broke off his leg and used it as a club, that would have been even better. No. Yes, I have to agree with Quentin Walters here that Strowman is raw.
It's amazing how somebody big like that could just be an amazing face, though. Don't you agree? It's like...
He does scream like the monster heel that if this was like 1996, they would be polishing his butt up for the Undertaker right now. He would be Undertaker fodder.
But it's working for him now.
It's working in a big way.
Oh, he's just incredible.
Now, the other thing, the one thing that happened in this match, and I have to say, if I'm going to be a little critical of this match, is initially the focus of this match. It was supposed to be Finn Balor taking on these 2 guys, right?
Right.
I felt by the end of it that Balor was a complete and total afterthought. Even during the match, he was the afterthought. And the crowd, he was just the face in peril for big dude Strowman to get into that match and do his thing. And that has also been a problem with Finn Balor, is that he doesn't really stand out whatsoever. And I may get some flack for saying that, but I think we have to characterize Finn Balor on the main roster so far as an epic fail. He doesn't really show much in terms of charisma. There's nothing really flashy about him. Everything that he does, Seth Rollins does it, and he does it better. I haven't seen him have like excellent matches with anybody but Rollins, or that one match against AJ Styles, which I loved. I'm not feeling Finn Balor. I am not feeling it at all.
The only thing I didn't feel in this is that at the very end of the match, when Corbin came and attacked him, he went out cold. I know he went through a match and everything, but it just did not seem realistic. Like he was just out for the count.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
And I got
end of days, I'm dead.
Yeah, I was just really confused.
Yeah, Finn Balor turned into a referee at the end of that.
Yeah, it was kind of like.
It was odd.
Yeah, it was just.
I don't know. He was a complete and total afterthought. I didn't think it was a good showing for him. His comeback was a little weak. And
I like Finn Balor. I really do. I think he's a great wrestler. I'm
sure he's a great wrestler.
No, he is.
It's not transitioning well onto this medium. If New Japan, from what I hear, I never saw it. Can't really say that. I can't comment on it one way or the other. I don't know. But from what I hear, he tore the house down. The little Balor Club, Bullet Club thing, that was like, wow. Finn Balor. If he comes to the WWE, he's going to turn the whole place upside down. Well, he's here in the WWE, and the place is right side up, and it's doing just fine.
Yeah, but I think, with the injury at the time.
Well, the injury derailed him.
It hurt him.
It did, but what momentum did he really have other than the demon thing?
I think he had great momentum before that.
Maybe that's because he was the shiny new toy at the time, but that luster would have worn off like immediately. And I don't know. I think
people were really like pro Balor. I really do.
I don't know, but
okay.
With Goldberg coming back, I don't know where Finn Balor fit into those pictures.
But the only thing is, though, in order for him to get back to that momentum, that little momentum that he had, Corbin's not the person to do it.
No, you're not getting your steam back with Baron Corbin facing him in an endless loop of poor matches. Oh, golly.
He's not the right guy to build you up.
No, you're 100% correct about that.
That's not the person. So.
But that was just a little griping about what I thought was actually a pretty darn fun tag team match.
Absolutely.
And it made fun just because of that damn Braun Strowman. He is just a lot of fun.
He's so good.
I kind of want to save the 10 o'clock segment for the last big thing that we talk about. Okay. Let's talk real quick about some dirty deeds done dirt cheap. Okay? We have... Okay, so they were teasing all night. I guess I should just go back and just kind of, tell, especially for the people that are listening to us not live, if you're listening to us on a podcast, we thank you so much for tuning in to us on SoundCloud or iTunes or however you're listening to us.
Good for you.
And we hope you're enjoying your commute to work or whatever it is that you're doing, or if you're sitting at work in your cubicle or whatever it is that you do, enjoy yourself. Have a little fun talking about some, simulated fighting. All night they were talking about how Seth Rollins was in China. He was in China. No,
right.
Okay.
No, sorry.
Okay. Sorry. My apologies. That I didn't even mean to make it like it's not even a political thing.
No,
I just like the way he says China.
Just
anyway. So he was having travel problems all night, and he was supposed to do this Intercontinental Championship contract signing with Dolph Ziggler for their match at SummerSlam. And apparently it's so serious for him to get there for this dang contract signing that if he doesn't get to this contract signing, the match at SummerSlam is off. There's no more match at SummerSlam. There's no Intercontinental Championship being defended.
No ifs,
nothing.
ands, or buts about it.
It's done.
He's done.
So Ziggler came out and he wanted the forfeit. He signed the contract and wanted to get that forfeit, and then he cut a promo on the fans that I got to imagine there was probably a little bit of truth to that.
Absolutely. I think there's a lot of truth in that, to be honest with you. He's been saying for a while, and he threw that dig in there about like, oh, I'll just do my comedy show. Like, I've been doing other ventures, so
yeah, I have other things that I can do, man. I don't have to just sit around and wrestle at SummerSlam. I don't care.
I forget who interviewed him. I have to. Was it Chris Van Vliet? Maybe it was him.
I don't know.
It was a while ago, and this is like he was just ripping on everybody, like ripping on fans. I think he really does mean it when he says it. You guys turned your back on me.
Yeah, I mean it's quite possible. It's quite possible. So, they go through this whole entire thing, and there is some truth to it. The fans are very fickle, and this actually reminds me of something that I saw this week. I saw like a little Twitter thing or whatever it was. Somebody said on Twitter that AJ Styles is stale, and I saw that, and then I typed in AJ Styles, and I see that on a couple pages, and I'm like, stale, really? AJ Styles now? Nothing pleases these people. No. Nothing. They're people want to be professionally miserable. That's just, you give them what they want. You didn't give it to me the way I wanted it. You didn't give me what I wanted the way I wanted it and when I wanted it. It's like there's no pleasing these miserable people. AJ Styles is now stale. He was the big savior that came in 2016. Now he's stale. He has a lengthy, fantastic title run. Yeah, I know there's a lot of complaints that he hasn't had any pay-per-view main events. Who cares? Is he putting on great matches? Is he something entertaining to watch? Is SmackDown one of the best shows on WWE television right now?
Yeah.
Then shut up. Like, seriously, shut up.
I
don't want to hear it anymore.
I think everyone's
I don't want to
a
see
critic.
it anymore.
Everyone's a critic.
Miserable.
Everyone wants to be
sad.
Wants to review. Everyone wants to give their 2 cents in. And I don't think people really just enjoy it for what it is. You have to go within a mindset of just enjoy it. There's going to be things you like. There's going to be things you don't like. We don't need to be overly critical of every little thing.
I know. And I get it. Like there are some qualms. Like Shifty Gizm here says that the title run is stale. Shinsuke and him should have traded the belt a couple times. Okay, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, there were some questionable booking decisions there. I do think Nakamura should have won the title at some point. Probably at Backlash would have been the right time to do it, or maybe even if not WrestleMania, then Backlash would have been the perfect time since he did the heel turn there. But you can't deny that Styles has been great, and this match with Samoa Joe at SummerSlam has been built really, really well. I'm just not going to buy that AJ Styles is stale. You're not going to convince me of that whatsoever. You're not, and he's going to have an amazing match at SummerSlam. I can guarantee it. Anyway, so now that I got off on that tangent because Ziggler called the fans fickle. Seth Rollins does make his appearance. He was there, and he says he was there for some time. And he did have travel issues, but it wasn't his travel issues. And it turns out we have the return of a buff, clean cut, like a shorter hair, bearded Dean Ambrose. And he looks jacked, too. He looked slim. He looked built up.
I know.
Man.
He looked amazing coming out. And I was not expecting that tonight. I really thought he was just going to come to SummerSlam and be in the corner.
I thought so too. I thought it was going to be a surprise. I didn't think they were going to bring him out tonight.
Doug was right, though. Doug made the prediction. He really
make sure you listen to Wrestleview Weekly every week. Doug. Doug's prediction was that there's no possible way Greensboro was going to get Dean Ambrose. Nothing big happens in
I thought
Greensboro.
Doug said that he was coming tonight.
No, Doug's like nothing good happens in Greensboro.
I agree with Doug then that I thought he wasn't going to be there tonight. Okay,
yeah. So Victoria and Doug were in agreement that they didn't think, but stuff happens. And hey,
please listen to Doug's podcast. He is incredible.
Yes, he does a fantastic job. I really enjoy it. It's on Twitch and it's on every Wednesday. The Wrestleview Weekly with Mr. Lackey reviews all the shows. He does everything, and he gets intoxicated on air.
He's a jack of all trades.
It's a thing that he does, and he has his inside sources too. So if you want to find out some good inside sources, definitely check out Doug's thing.
My only qualm for Ambrose's return was Renee Young said nothing.
I know.
That's her husband. She didn't say, like, I get it.
She went silent.
I get it. She didn't want to be like that, like, oh, my husband, look at him, like, he's so good.
I know. Could you imagine, like Victoria, if I made a comeback? Nobody would care if I made a comeback.
I get it. But she could have said something like,
I agree.
Wow, he's back. Like,
I agree.
Cole was the only one who said anything.
I know. I'm actually watching. I have the GIF of or the GIF. It's a GIF or GIF. I don't care. We're not going to get into that debate. Of Dean Ambrose hitting Drew McIntyre with the dirty deeds, and Seth Rollins is doing this jig, and it is so awesome. I can't stop watching it right now. It is so awesome. That was such an enjoyable segment.
It really was.
It started off so dull. Like, I was like, oh, God. Like, especially when Kurt Angle was like, Seth Rollins. And I was like...
Really? You thought it was dull?
It started off a little dull for me. It did.
I didn't think so. I thought it was another...
It was
like my key word tonight is progression. I thought everything...
Oh, God. Don't start the coach's keyword stuff. Don't start the word of the hour.
Oh, the word of the hour? No. Word of the hour is progression, everyone.
Golly, that's terrible.
No, I don't want to be anywhere like Coach, so I won't do that, actually.
But actually, I had one question like coming out of this entire thing.
Okay.
So, they really made like a big deal. Like, if this contract wasn't signed, there's no match, and it's a forfeit. So where are the contracts when they make matches on the fly at the start of Raw or something like that? Like, what does everybody sign a contract? Do they sign a contract during commercial breaks? I've been to like over 50 shows. I've never seen them sign I don't know. It's like another one of those like weird things that they do.
Yeah.
Okay. Enough about this. Dean Ambrose, welcome back. It's awesome to have him back.
Awesome.
He looked great, but we have to talk about what very well could be the best Raw segment of the year.
I agree with that.
The best Raw segment of the year.
Amazing.
Paul Heyman.
Such fiction.
Man. What can I say anymore?
There's nothing
What
to
is
say.
there left to say?
Speechless. Comes in with all smiles, a totally different person, no beard, clean shaven.
He's making the hard sell for Reigns to go with him.
Yep.
Talking Samoan.
About his family.
Paul Heyman talks Samoan.
Your father. Mentioning your father.
Wow. I don't know the words anymore. There are no more superlatives that I could use for Paul Heyman.
Do you think he's that crafty enough, too, to say, because of Ronda Rousey saying how much a father means in the beginning of it?
I don't think
it correlated?
I don't think they're using
okay, maybe
that
I'm
now.
just like overthinking
You're looking
it a
into
little
it a little much. But that's I like that. That was cute.
Placating. It's just really...
This is, if nothing else, like these 3 weeks, you could just show these 3 weeks of Paul Heyman from when the first week when Brock was kneeing him in the chest and doing all that stuff, to last week where he was crying, and this week bringing us in.
Such a storyteller.
You saw the turn coming. You felt it. There is no way that Paul Heyman goes unless, and they show it to you if they didn't want you thinking that, he was going to turn.
Right.
They wanted to plant that in your head. Oh, he's going to turn. And then he comes out and actually offers his services to Roman Reigns. He pulls you in. You can see it coming. You can see that that's not obviously the plan, that is the swerve coming up. And it is the swerve, but he still sold you anyway.
Yes.
He's so good.
Yes. And Reigns' reaction after, the paper that he gave him was just like, is this, wow.
Yeah, like, is this
he's
for real?
contemplating it. Like, he's really thinking, like, maybe this is a good idea.
And then the damn pepper spray.
Whoa.
Right here. So that was the best. Heyman's face spraying with the pepper spray. Wow. Like I was saying before, if they just show these 3 weeks, they could just do these 3 weeks for Paul Heyman's WWE Hall of Fame induction, and that would be perfect. You don't have to show the Dangerous Alliance. You don't need to show ECW. These 3 weeks are Hall of Fame worthy on their own.
He's incredible.
On their own.
He's incredible.
But phenomenal stuff. Phenomenal stuff. He hooked you in. And he took a match that I have to say, sleepy match. I can't say that I'm like dying to see Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar again. Golly, I gotta say, I want to see this match again.
I am.
I'm kind of excited.
When Brock Lesnar came out, different approach. I felt like, I don't know, can't explain it. I'm trying to look for the right words for it.
Yeah,
it was different. It wasn't just like, oh, suplex, this, that, and the other. You know what I mean? Like, he's saving it for
right. I know
for the match, but it was.
It was really, really cool. It was just really cool. And you know what? We can't go any further without talking about how good Roman Reigns was in this as well. He was phenomenal in this. The whole thing where he's acting confused. When Paul Heyman, when Reigns was talking about what his father taught him, and he talks about, oh, my father told me this, and then Paul Heyman repeats back to him, and he tells him, your father told you this in Samoan. Because I know, because he told me the same thing and he repeated it back to him, and Reigns looked confused and like, what is going on right now? Reigns' face was just unbelievable. And then when Paul Heyman hands him the agreement, he's still just like, what is going on? And then Heyman, pepper spray. Phenomenal.
I think this is everything like Vince McMahon looks for, like, because he wants that Emmy so bad.
That's an Emmy segment.
This is like Emmy worthy. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is something that
this very, very well could be.
Could get him up there. You know what I mean? He just really sold you. That was a true story. Mm-hmm. This is what a true build looks like. Getting people into a match that maybe not so much.
I know. Like,
having it as your main event for how many years in a row and how many events.
I love that quote from Tommy Boy. He could sell ketchup popsicles to a lady in white gloves. And Brock Lesnar comes out and kills Roman Reigns. What a segment. I can't wait. It's obviously, I think it's got to be Reigns on Sunday. It's got to be, because this was so good. This was like built up to make him look totally weak.
At this point, it can go either way, and I
probably could,
and it could. I don't know. I could be totally wrong. I think fans may be happy either way. I don't know, because because now that Heyman is involved heavily to this extent with what he did tonight, I think it really can go either way, and people would be happy about it. I don't. No doubt.
I don't know. I still, it's probably still going to be like a slaughter fest for Roman Reigns at SummerSlam, but they've done everything that they could to try to turn that,
and they did it. I think
they've succeeded, wildly succeeded in certain aspects of it. If you're booing Roman Reigns right now, you're booing it just to be a hater. I gotta say,
you're pessimistic.
You're just being negative. But man, I'm pumped up for the match, and that's what you're looking for in that stuff. So my hat is off to Paul Heyman. My hat is off to Brock Lesnar. My hat is off to Roman Reigns. One thing I have to say about Brock Lesnar, he looks small, doesn't he? Like, from what he was like a year ago this time to what he is now. Yeah. He's tiny.
Well, you said they're probably testing him
That's
in the UFC again.
Yeah, I know. There's somebody from like USADA like, hey, Time for another test, pal. So he lost a lot of, he's off his special sauce. He's off his special sauce that he got from Mark McGuire.
Well, good for him.
Hey, he looks healthy.
That's the motivation he needs.
He looks healthy.
Yeah.
His teeth, not so much. Has anybody seen that thing of Brock Lesnar's teeth? Eesh. I don't really
look at his teeth too much, to be honest with you.
He's got some weird looking teeth, man. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know what to say. So let's do some Raw quick hits now. I think it's time to.
Do we have to?
Oh, why not? Why not? I mean, there's not too many because a lot of the big SummerSlam storylines dominated this show, so there's really not much to it. Let's talk about the Elias segment first. Let's have some fun and talk about the Elias segment.
Elias.
Now this, I'll be the first to admit, I love Elias. It's like my Dave Meltzer, 7,000 million stars. And
you did it last week.
That's my thing now. It's gonna be like, you killed Kenny. That's gonna be like my deal.
Yeah, really.
Quentin Walter suggests we call these quickies. You dirty man. So. Elias, he's my guy. This was not one of his best segments. They didn't give him much material tonight.
No, it was simple.
He tried,
right.
he worked with what he got. You can't have a home run every single game.
No.
You know what I mean? But they have this guy, Ricky Roberts, in the ring looking like a total goof. And
I really thought, though, I have to be honest with you, when they said it, I'm like, am I supposed to know this person?
You thought he was a real bro?
Well, no, I didn't know. I really thought, because, I don't know, I thought... real person. I'm like, oh yeah, we're in North Carolina, like this is a real guy. And then I was like, oh, I feel stupid now.
Oh yeah, no, I could have told you that. Yeah, that's. I was
like, Ricky Roberts, I don't know that. I usually know a lot of artists.
Yeah, no, he's a total nobody.
Sorry,
and
everyone.
His biggest influence in music is Elias. Elias comes out, tries to plug his "What Would Elias Do" bracelet, but he totally misquotes what the heck was on the bracelet in the first place, which was hilarious.
Amazing.
And even he can save it. You have to love the little tinge of pettiness from WWE in saying, because Ring of Honor New Japan just sold out the hallowed grounds of Madison Square Garden where the ghost of Vince McMahon Sr. dwells. They made sure that Elias got in. That he sold out the Garden 3 times. So it's like, I don't know. I took that as like a little shot across the bow. So it was cute.
Very cute.
But he just he just did his thing. Trash North Carolina, trash Tar Heels.
Yeah.
He had that really good line about how Tar Heels are strong and resilient people, and it takes unmatched strength and resilience to wake up every day knowing you're living in the pile of garbage that is Greensboro. Fun stuff.
Fun.
Bobby Lashley interrupts before any songs happen, and this dude, and I gotta show, he cracks Bobby Lashley. I mean, he cracked him. That damn guitar.
Love his face.
That was awesome. And
remember what we were talking about last week with Bobby Lashley, like the instant smiles and then
yeah. He has that good serious face. He's like the male version of the Ronda Rousey face. He really he's got that thing down pat. And he just killed this poor little bugger with a nasty ass spine buster. It was brutal looking. But one thing I do want to make mention real quick before we move on to the next thing is that Elias said that his greatest song will happen at SummerSlam. Been a lot of rumors, lot of rumors about The Rock possibly doing a song off with Elias.
That'd be great.
SummerSlam is it's overbooked for sure. But could we fit in The Rock? Of course we could.
You could always fit in The Rock.
You could always fit in The Rock. You can always fit in The Rock.
Always.
And I said if that's the case, take my money. I'll pay for that. I already did pay for that, but I'll take. We'll do it again. We got a Raw Triple Threat Tag Team match: the Deleters of Worlds versus the Revival versus the Champions. B Team, go, go, go!
You're not doing the dance right. B Team, go, go, go!
Oh, that's your deal. I don't dance. If anybody sees our wedding video, you will see very clearly that I cannot dance. It is true. It is a sad truth. I thought this tag match, I wanted to like it, but I just cannot get past the horrible rules of the WWE Triple Threat Tag Team matches. I can't. There's no way that you're going to convince me that anything that they do is good. There's just no way.
No.
Because you have 3 teams. 2 guys start. Why I would never, ever tag in. Even if I was going to die in the ring, there's no way I'm going to make a tag to an opposing member. And no way I would even accidentally whip the guy that I'm whooping near of someone that he could tag in. That's from a different team who's
I'm
fresh.
going to give credit, though. I think it started off as like
Terrible.
that typical like stupid tag team triple threat thing. I think towards the end, though, they really did well.
Yeah.
And the
ending picked up.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just can't get past that damn.
No, I know.
Two people in the ring.
No.
It logically doesn't make any sense.
I know, it doesn't make any sense.
It obviously can be done as a triple threat match. You can have 3 guys in the ring at once. It's just, you know what it is? It's lazy. It's lazy booking, and it needs to go. It needs to stop now. It needs to go the way of the dodo, because it takes away. It really does. It takes away from the match. If I'm a casual viewer, I'd be sitting there like, well, why is this guy like? Why would they ever tag in anybody from the team? It doesn't make any freaking sense at all.
Because you can go from having like the whole match being really, really good until just maybe part of it being really good.
Mm-hmm.
So
exactly. Things I liked about this match. I liked that the Revival did a tribute to the Hart Foundation by hitting the heart attack on Matt Hardy.
Yeah.
I thought that was a really nice touch. I also liked the Matt Hardy giving a superplex to the outside of the ring onto all the tag team competitors. I thought that was an innovative move and something that's a little dangerous for somebody like Matt Hardy to be doing, especially because we just found out that his lower back is fusing into his hip. That is it sounds pretty damn scary. They keep the B team winning though, with the Revival hitting Shatter Machine on the Wyatt, and but Curtis Axel blind tagged in, and he comes in, throws out the Revival, and pins Bray Wyatt. Your winners and still tag team champions, the B team. They're still on a roll, baby.
Yes. Gotta
like it.
Love
but
it.
I like I said, I cannot get past the triple threat rules. Okay. Titus Worldwide and Bobby Roode in the Office versus the Authors of Pain and Mojo Rawley. This match was thought of so lowly. It came right after that awesome Roman Reigns segment. It's so low on the totem pole. They didn't even get entrances. They were just in the ring. The bell rings. It starts and it's over.
Yep.
This is for Bobby Roode. This is about as low as you can possibly go, other than just being the dark match opener before the main event tapings. There's nowhere lower you can go than being in a match like this. It was poor.
Can you go to the comments? I can't read the name because my eyes are horrible.
Yeah.
I think it's Headman.
Yeah, I'm sure it's something like that. Yeah, Headman. Poor
Bobby Roode. Yeah, that's all I got out of this match, honestly.
Yeah.
I feel terrible for him. He's so talented. This is like...
He's spinning his wheels. The wheels are just spinning in the mud.
Like,
there is no momentum there whatsoever
for this to happen to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not a good look.
No.
It's not a good look. This is Quentin Walters. This is his flop of the night. I love that.
I love how he's like a segment on our show
every single week for his best of the night and his flop of the night and the flip of the night. Maybe we have a flip of the night too. Maybe that was the superplex. But yeah, that's about as low as it gets. And it looks like for me, the Mojo Rawley experiment is complete. Mercifully, hopefully that's it. I mean, how can he's a heel, and he gets pinned twice in a row by the first face feud that he has. And Bobby Roode, number one, is a miscast as a face. He's a terrible face. The guy. If you see him in backstage segments, he's like trying on his robe and like, hey, look at me, and you're looking at his abs or something weird like that. That's not what a face does. That's like Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff, and he's like he was hardly ever a face. That's heel tactics. I don't understand. Like, he's so miscast in that role, so miscast.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! I just looked at. We're at 59 minutes already.
Oh my gosh!
The time's fun when you're having flies. So let's start getting ready to wrap this thing up. Okay. Mojo Rawley pinned by Bobby Roode twice in a row in 2 weeks. He didn't even get his loss back. No even Steven booking. To me, done. That's fine by me. And speaking of done, and this is the last quickie that I have here. Boston Hug Connection, if they can go away as fast as humanly possible, it still wouldn't be quick enough for me. They gotta go. It's terrible what they're doing with these two. I don't see the momentum's dead. There's no momentum here. No momentum to be had whatsoever. People were excited at Elimination Chamber in February. They were excited to see Sasha Banks and Bayley go at it. Then when she kicked her off the pod, that was like, oh my God, that's gonna be a good WrestleMania match. That could be a great match. Never happened. Why? Who the hell knows?
Nobody knows.
And now finally in July or whatever it was, she attacks Bayley, and then Bayley attacks her, and then they go to couples therapy, and momentum dead. And now they're back being friends. This is the worst. We had the best segment in probably of the year for Raw. This is the worst feud of the year for Raw. This is it. This is the worst partnership, feud, whatever. And it's killed Sasha Banks and Bayley dead. And they were dead beforehand. They are deader. Deader. I don't even think that's a word.
It's not a word.
It's not a word.
No,
I know it's not a word.
No.
I'm being facetious.
You're just so frustrated right now.
I'm being facetious. But this is just some of the most bottom of the barrel, crappiest writing. And I want to assume, I want to say that they called off the match at SummerSlam because of Evolution.
That's exactly why.
But if they have a tag team match at Evolution and they're like the first women's tag team champions, what mistake? Big mistake.
It's not going to work.
Huge mistake.
I have no.
It's terrible.
I'm going to skip. No comment.
Yeah.
I honestly, I have nothing to say. Yeah. I don't. I'm just very disappointed in how they. Because I actually never. I'm probably gonna get a lot of heat for this. I never really liked Sasha Banks. I'm going to be honest with you. I just don't like her personality. I was never really into her like that. I really liked Bayley. I really did. Loved her.
Oh yeah.
I just think Sasha Banks is too reckless in the ring. For my liking.
Oh, Sasha Banks is totally reckless.
She is.
And she's going to be like one of those people that's like, wow. Remember that time when Sasha Banks broke her neck trying to do a suicide dive?
Yeah.
She has no control over her
I was
body.
a real Bayley fan. I'm just not anymore.
I've given up on Bayley years ago.
2
years ago.
But it actually started off when Emma made that prediction when she was in there, and she's like, this whole... is not going to work for you, and there was actual truth to that.
Yeah, there was a little truth to it,
and kids like her. That's about it.
High praise from Clinton Bowman. Victoria, you and I are going to be good friends. She's smart.
Yay! Yes. I got
yeah, you got compliments. Yeah, people are they agree.
Thanks.
It looks like they agree here, and I got to say I agree too. And the acting, these are just two pieces of wood. And neither of them seem to understand their characters at all either.
No, they don't.
I give up.
I think we gave too much time right on already.
But regardless of that...
I liked Ruby Riott in it, the match. She was
welcome back, Ruby Riott.
I like Ruby Riott.
I'm a fan. I'm definitely on the Ruby Riott train.
Good job, Ruby Riott.
But overall... Now, that was the lull that I was talking about that every Raw experiences. But those 4 segments... Always remember, go for the 4 segments. I thought they were damn good.
Great.
I got to give this a thumbs up, man.
It was a great Raw.
This is a thumbs up, slam dunk thumbs up. We've had an hour talking about this stuff. What does everybody else say? Oh, 86% give it a thumbs up. Now we were at 90, but now that we have 66 votes
we have more people.
10 hours to go.
Of course.
I don't see that. There's no possible way. There's no chance of this becoming a thumbs down. This is a thumbs up for Raw. It's just a matter of now where it's going to end up. Is it going to be like 60-40? I think it should be around 85-15. I think if you just like this show, I don't know. You don't like fun. You don't like wrestling. Okay? That's all there is to it. Me and Victoria are going to be at SummerSlam this coming Sunday. We're going to be at NXT. We're going to be at Raw. We're going to be at SmackDown. If you see us, now you know what we look like. If you watch us and you're going to the show, if you see us, stop by, say hello, do a selfie with us. We're into selfies. We like that stuff. So we had a great time talking with everybody here tonight. We thank everybody from the chat room.
Everyone.
Quentin Walters, another good show, A++, because Victoria's on. Oh, he's talking about our show, not Raw. Okay. Oh, that's good. I like it. What?
Thank you.
He's a fan. Victoria's got her fans already. That's excellent.
Good. I'm glad.
Oh, my chopped liver. Anyway,
Yes.
Yeah, I guess I am. It doesn't matter. I don't care because it is true. Victoria is the real. She's the real deal.
All right.
But this was a great time tonight. We had a blast talking. We can't wait to do it again next week and tell you all about our SummerSlam experiences. We are going to have a blast. Be sure to check us out next week. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you,
everybody, for tuning in with us.
Have a great night.
And have a great night. What else?
Have a good week.
Yes, have a good week.
And happy SummerSlam week.
Happy SummerSlam. Yes. Take care, everybody. Thanks a lot.
Bye, everyone.
Tune in next week.